back again, guys, with a little fishing update for Bugs Island and Gaston. Fished Bugs Island last weekend in BFL and had about 10.5 pounds, but did catch a bunch of fish. I primarily fished the upper end of the lake. From what I was being told, the tournament was won on the lower end. Kind of a little offshore deal. What I found was it's kind of the tail end of the shad spawn on the upper end of Bugs Island right now, which this week we're going to have about 3 to 4 inches of rain, it looks like, so it's going to bring the lake level up into the bushes and all that. So fishing should be really good this weekend on Bugs Island. I know the cat championship's going on. There'll be 200 some bugs in it. That'll definitely be a free-for-all for them guys. Unfortunately, I won't be fishing. So Lake Gaston, though, I fished it 4 afternoons last week, and then also fished Saturday. The bank grass bite is really starting to turn on the last week or so. I think a lot of those fish are post-spawn fish, frog, swim jig, Cinco, things like that around the bank grass. It's also a good offshore bite right now with spotted bass. You pull up on the right place right now, and I mean, you catch anywhere from 10 to 30 fish off of it. You're liable to catch a big one mixed in there. We're dragging a shaky head. That was one thing on the offshore. Caught a lot of fish doing that. Also slow rolling swim bait and an underspin. A lot of the bigger largemouth, though, I feel like are definitely around the bank grass. Also between Bugs Island and Gaston, there's a whole lot of bluegill spawning right now, but I personally didn't see a lot of fish on the bluegill spawn, bass wise. But it's coming, it's gotta be. I found one pocket in particular that probably had anywhere from 75 to 100 bluegill beds in it. Every one of them had a bluegill on it. I did not see one bass, couldn't believe it. But, that bite should happen in the next week or so. So I would definitely be looking for that. The thing about the bluegill spawn on Bugs Island is if we get 3 or 4 inches of rain, that's going to really bring the lake level up, and unless you know where the bluegill beds are, that'd be a pretty difficult bite right there for sure. Also, if you know anybody that catfishes, I know a lot of the flats on the lower end of Gaston right now are holding a lot of catfish. This week in particular, I probably caught 10 catfish. Either dragging or reeling a swim bait, which is, I'm not gonna say it's odd, but they were up like really shallow, like on the flats. I don't know. I'm not a big catfisherman. I don't understand, what they're doing. I don't know if they're feeding up, getting ready to spawn. I know they spawn more in the summertime. Didn't catch any stripers this week, but I seen some on forward-facing sonar, which is rare for me because I can catch a damn striper in a bucket with a fiddler crab. I mean, I catch a lot of them things, especially on Gaston. I know if I was gonna fish this week a lot, I would definitely target the bank grass. That seems to is holding big fish right now. It's just random. Like when you catch a big one, it's random. There's like not really a pattern to it. It's just if you can keep your bait around the grass or in the grass, you're subject to catch a big one. Me and Daddy finished 3rd in the cat trail last Sunday at Gaston. We had, I don't know, almost 15 pounds. Probably should have won it. All the big bites come out of the bank grass. So, but it was an unusual day. It was overcast and rained all day. I feel like that bank grass bite, first thing in the morning is really good, and then the fish, they get in the thickest part a lot of bites on frog this past week. So it's heating up. I got a feeling though a lot of those fish are, the next month or so will be there, and they'll be there at random times. But I feel like a lot of the fish are, going to start making that trend to move offshore. The flats on the upper end of Gaston right now are holding a lot of fish. Up around the reeds and lily pads and stuff like that. Still, it's random if you catch a big one. Did catch some off of some offshore stumps up there this week, and caught one really good one up there doing that. That's a slow bite though. So, but I hope this is helpful to some of you guys. Talk to you later.